Welcome back to Second and Short. It is Monday, May 26th, 2025. I hope everybody has enjoyed their Memorial Day weekend. I sure did, because Ronald Acuna's back. That's all that matters. That's all I care about at all. And we also got a fantastic performance from Tarek Skubal that I'll be talking about in depth today, because it was one of the best pitching performances I've ever witnessed, I'll be honest. Not much happening in the NFL world. We did get the approval of the change to the college football playoff seeding, so we're going to talk through that. We got a couple articles to touch on with the NFL, but kind of just kind of that part of the year where nothing's happening in the NFL. Unless we get like a contract extension or whatever, maybe we'll see like a Trey Hendrickson trade in the next couple of weeks, but we're just kind of holding out for anything at all right now. So, Colin, how are you doing today?
Doing fantastic.
How was your Memorial Day weekend to this point?
Relaxing.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's good.
Sunday, beautiful day. Saturday,
Well, until right now.
it was busy.
Right now it's pouring.
I didn't get home from work till like 5:30.
Yeah,
It was brutal.
stuff. Well, I had a pretty good Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. So on Thursday, we filmed some very fun videos.
Yeah.
And we have another one that we're filming again this Thursday as well. So you guys have to be subscribed here on YouTube and you turn on post notifications, because I got to be on. Like, the first game we played, not that the second game was like bad. It was actually pretty fun. I mean, I did pretty well. But the first game we played is one that the video's not even out. We're doing it again for sure. We're doing that game again at some point this summer, because it was a blast. It's Sports Wavelength. I cannot wait for that video to come out. I think I'm going to have that as the first midweek video that comes out to start June off, because it was just so much fun. The videos, I'm kind of in the middle of editing it, but it already has turned out so well. So I'm very excited for that. We got a couple games lined up. Obviously, Luke's Milk Mile we're rolling forward in the planning phase on that. Hopefully, we'll get a date set in stone.
We should
here
do it right
soon.
now. Out in the rain.
Yeah, out in the rain. That'd be fun. But yeah, a lot of fun stuff coming this summer. So make sure you subscribe here. You turn on post notifications. Follow us on Instagram, TikTok. Stay up to date with what we have going on there. If you're on the podcast platforms, rate 5 stars. Give us a follow. But let's be honest, other than Nathan, who listens to it in the car, you should probably just be listening on YouTube. But with that being said, is there anything we need to hit on before we just go ahead and jump into this MLB recap?
No, I don't think so. Let's get
All
right into it.
Make sure you guys like the video as well. Okay, Ronald Acuna. That's the hottest topic in baseball.
Yeah.
For all I care, because he returned in the most Ronald Acuna fashion possible.
Man, is he back.
Yeah, first pitch he sees in like a year, 115 miles per hour off the bat for a 467-foot home run.
Love to see it.
Yeah, I mean that's a good way to start. Unfortunately, that's all they did in that game. Literally all they did, at least positively. He did throw out Elias Diaz, too, with a dart from the right field corner. That was a sick throw. But it was all for naught, because Eli White can't run the bases, and the rest of the offense was awful, and we lost 2-1.
As you can tell, he has not been in the lineup since then. So
Yeah.
Besides,
He was pinch running anyways
well, that was that
in
game.
that game. Yeah, and that's when he messed up. So
Yeah. Safe to say, I think Verdugo is
Yeah.
going to be our everyday left fielder.
probably. And also, like, the look on Tuiasosopo's face when Eli White turned around, they just zoom in on Matt Tuiasosopo at third, and he's just like so confused.
And he's like, what?
Yeah. Which I didn't see it. Like, I don't know. I didn't see this live, but like, was he like waving him in, or did he have him the stop sign
Gave him the both hands up stop sign
before he even like rounded second?
No, I think as he was getting to third,
Gotcha.
because he
got pretty far.
because he didn't want him going home.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Oh yeah, because he was tagging up. He was already on second.
Yeah.
That's what it was. Got it. But yeah, that was just a mess, and what a horrible way to end that game. But you go to the next game. Ron Acuna goes yard again on Saturday. The offense came alive, beat the Padres 7-1. Got a gem from Grant Holmes as well. Looked great out there on the mound. Shout out to Grant Holmes. Somebody said that I need to grow like a Fu Manchu mustache so I can look like Grant Holmes, which I agree with. If I could grow any mustache, that'd be awesome.
No, I could see you with more of the Kenny Powers look.
Kenny Powers? No, that's not happening.
No, but you moved way past that, or you moved past that Acuna home run way too quick because that was.
It was a bomb. It didn't go nearly as far as the first one.
No,
but it was so gone.
And we got to talk about the umpire's eyes.
Yeah, the umpire, it looked like somebody ripped his soul out on that home run.
They zoomed in, and he's just like, whoa.
yeah, that was pretty awesome. And also the grenade celebration that he's, I guess, been practicing for months ever since John Morant did it. But that celebration is awesome. I mean, he's doing it for everything. He hit a double today. He hit it. So I love it.
I'm so happy he's back,
dude. He's just like
he brought a different kind of spark to the team.
We lost this series, and I feel awesome.
Yeah,
just because Ronald Acuna's playing, and he's playing great baseball.
I didn't realize yesterday that Drake Baldwin batted second.
Yeah, he has been. And I don't mind. I mean, he didn't have a great day today, but I mean, I really don't mind.
3 for 4 in that game.
Yeah, 3 for 4 in that game. It was awesome. It was crazy he had no RBIs though, but I guess Acuna only got on base one time and it was a home run. So I'm so happy. And the cherry on top is that this whole weekend started with Acuna's back and Arcia's gone. That was the best part, maybe. I was so excited. I don't think I've been so excited to watch a Braves game more than seeing that Orlando Arcia is not going to be in the dugout nor on the field, and that Ronald Acuna will be.
Yeah, so now our backup shortstop is Luke Williams.
Which is fine by me.
But, so nobody claimed Arcia off waivers, so he is officially just released.
That's awesome. I love that. I don't think anybody will pick him up. Unless there's somebody that's
some Braves
somebody's
fans,
going to pick him up.
There's some Braves fans that are just like they would go to the games because Arcia was their favorite player.
I've seen that one woman on TikTok before. Yes. The one of 50 people that owns an Orlando Arcia jersey.
Yeah.
That hasn't burned it
I guess I got to get one now.
You might need to. Maybe a Verdugo. I mean, at this rate, a Profar might be.
at this rate, I think a Luke Williams jersey is calling my name.
Would be crazy. That would be crazy.
I can't really think of anybody else.
If we want to go back, I mean, I think for me, your jersey that I want you to get is a Kevin Pillar.
Oh yeah,
yeah. He was just like a fun player that existed on this team last year, I think. It'd be fun. Yeah,
a Jake Lamb jersey.
A Jake Lamb.
Remember
jersey
when we signed him to a minor league deal?
Yeah, shout out Lambo.
He played 2 or 3 games.
Yeah. Wow, I forgot about Jake Lamb.
I'm pretty sure he's in the Giants or AAA right now or something like that.
Why, bro? Hang it up.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Speaking of hanging up, I don't know if you and Luke talked about it on Thursday, but Gene Segura.
Yeah, we did talk about that. Yeah, he did hang it up.
Someone who torched the Braves his whole career.
Yeah, too many times, bro. It was obnoxious. And speaking of torching, let's talk about Oneil Cruz.
Oh, man.
Oneil Cruz hit the shit out of a baseball. But actually, before this one, on Friday, he hit his hardest hit home run of his career, 117.9 miles per hour. And then broke that and broke his own StatCast record for the hardest hit baseball to anywhere with a 122.9 mile per hour home run that went how far? 432. Unreal.
It's just because it was a line drive.
Yeah, I mean, think about if he got a little higher launch angle on that. If he would have had, I think they say that the launch angle sweet spot is 28. I believe is what they say.
Why does that pitcher look like Dylan?
What?
Rewind it.
Okay, well, nobody else knows what we're talking about. You're right. Yeah, he does. Actually, I think he kind of looks more like Landon. I think it's just a mustache.
Yeah. he looks like he should be a firefighter.
Yeah. But yeah, shout out to Oneil Cruz for doing this once a month. Once a month, he gets a really hard hit, and we have to talk about him. Otherwise, he's just an awful center fielder now.
He has that one weekend where he shines, and then that's it.
Yeah, but shout out to him for existing.
Would y'all like to guess the bat speed of that home run?
No, I'm okay.
I mean, he already leads the league in bat speed.
Yes, he does.
I'm going to go with 86.
You got a guess, Colin?
Actually,
87.
His average might be higher than that. I don't know.
It was 83.7.
Oh, okay.
And that was a
That's
home run in
still
all
insane.
ballparks, in case you were wondering.
Duh. Makes sense.
It's not an Aaron Judge home run.
Somebody did hit a unicorn home run the other day.
Every Yankees player that hits one.
Yeah, but somebody hit one. I think it was at Fenway.
Yeah. It's either Fenway or Yankee Stadium whenever it happens.
Yeah.
Like, I think they said that Aaron Judge has like 5 or 6 this year.
I'm not surprised.
Only at Yankee Stadium.
Yeah. I mean, they had a bunch of them in that like first couple weeks when they're hitting a ton of home runs. It's so many. But yeah, O'Neal Cruz, shout out to you for just hitting balls really hard. Let's just go into the good pitching section of the show and just start with Tarek Skubal. Because, like I said in the intro, I genuinely think this might be one of the best pitching performances I've ever seen. It was unreal. And the best part was it was like that morning Sunday game that they've been doing where it just kind of ends before everybody else.
Those are the ones that like start at noon, right?
Yeah, like they were done by like, I think 1 o'clock. Like something crazy. But he was just unbelievable. So it was a complete game. He threw a Maddox, 94 pitches. First career complete game shutout as well is crazy. 2 hits, no runs, no walks, 13 strikeouts. He was perfect through 5. And I think he had only thrown like 30-something pitches through 5 innings, and he was perfect, and he had like 7 strikeouts or something. It was unbelievable. I don't even know what the numbers really were. But he hits 103 miles per hour. Yeah, 102.6. The hardest he's ever thrown on the 94th pitch. The final pitch of the game to get the 13th strikeout in his first complete game shutout was the hardest thrown pitch of his career. That's what I love about him. He can turn it up all game. It does not matter. So the final pitch, 102.6. He was throwing 102. I think he threw 102 multiple times in the 7th inning.
How does your arm not fall off?
That's what I'm saying. But he does this every week. It's crazy. Yeah. I don't know how he still does it every single week. So he was through the 8th inning with just 85 pitches and 11 strikeouts. This is the most strikeouts ever in a Maddox as well, with 13. And he is one of very few pitchers in the pitch tracking era to ever top 102 miles per hour past 75 pitches into a start, let alone on his final of 94. But he has the highest at past 75 pitches with 102.6. Justin Verlander's second at 102.4, and then Nathan Eovaldi 102.4 as well. But what's crazy is that 10 days ago, a minor leaguer, Jacob Mizorowski, 103 after 75 pitches already in the game, which is insane. Yeah, Tarek Skubal with like genuinely one of the best pitching performances. And I'm going to be honest right now. I'll say this: Tarek Skubal is the best pitcher in the world. There is nobody better at throwing a baseball into the strike zone or whatever you want to say. There is no better pitcher playing baseball anywhere other than Tarek Skubal.
You don't think there's you don't think there's anybody over in Japan doing it better?
No, there is nobody doing anything like Tarek Skubal is doing right now.
That's fair.
Like I don't think anybody, even in the MLB, touches what he's doing. You can say Paul Skeens all you want, you're wrong. You can say Garrett Crochet, you're also wrong. You could say Hunter Brown. No. Like Tarek Skubal, especially Hunter Green? No. I mean, he just went like 4 innings today or 3 innings. Yeah. Like it is just, it's Tarek Skubal and everybody else.
Has he had a bad outing this year?
His first 2.
Well, the one against the Dodgers,
yeah,
it wasn't even that bad.
It wasn't really that bad, but it was his first 2 outings that kind of threw things off. And since then, he has been hands down the best pitcher in the league. Yeah, so that first start gave up 4 earned runs on 6 hits, and then his second start against the Mariners gave up 3 earned runs, 6 hits. He also struck out 8 in that one. And then from there on out, he has given up what? Let's see. He gave up 7 earned runs in those 2. He's given up 10 earned runs this season.
Look since April. Look at his whip compared to March.
Yeah.
Like he hasn't had one over 1.
His whip in May is .65. He gave up 10. Oh, sorry, I was reading that wrong. He's given up 10 runs in May. He's given up what is that? 19 across the year.
52 strikeouts just in April. May. Sorry.
Yeah, 52 strikeouts in May. Yeah, he's had double digits in May 3 times. Unbelievable. He's made 5 starts in May, The least amount of strikeouts he's had is 8. He had 8, and then 3 double digits. There is genuinely nobody better standing on a mound anywhere in the world than Tarek Skubal. Unbelievable.
No, he's very impressive. You think back-to-back Cy Youngs?
I mean, you certainly
At
can't
this
call
point-
it right now. Nobody's touching what he's doing right now.
Yeah. Who would you say is...
Hunter Brown's the closest to
Yeah.
me. But, I mean, Skubal is just... He's unreal, and the mentality is there. And
he's got such a dog mentality on the mind.
And he's also, like, he's likable.
That's
the best part. He's so likable.
He's gonna go after your ass on the mound. Like he's not afraid. He's not gonna pitch around you. Like he knows he can strike anybody out.
He has like 90s pitcher vibes. Like those just like
he's got that Randy Johnson vibe.
But I think with those guys it was a little different because like they would get a strikeout and like show off like their like they hate the world. Tarek Skubal's up there. Like, he threw the last pitch of that game, and he was just smiling his ass off.
He's the guy that'll strike you out and say, I'm sorry.
Yeah, but, like, the guys in the 90s, like, it's almost like they were throwing complete game shutouts because they were like, I got to get out of here as fast as possible so I can go hit the bottle. But Tarek Skubal is just, like, high on life when he's up there on a mound. It is awesome. I love it.
Bro.
I love it. Let's talk about another guy who I know he's in the AL, so he has no chance of winning Cy Young, but he's putting up Cy Young numbers. Chris Bubich, for some reason, for the Kansas City Royals, he has been unbelievable in his last probably 5 starts.
Yeah, I mean he's got a spotlight card in MLB The Show, dude, so that's how I know he's been good.
He's been killing. I've been talking about him every week. What
you said? He's been what?
Killing
it.
Yeah, he's just been killing. I mean, what?
People could interpret that a little.
What? Killing what?
Exactly. You gotta say killing it.
But what is it then?
Pitching.
No, then we're in the same spot. Whatever. Yeah, Chris Bubich is awesome. We've had to talk about him so many times over the last couple of weeks that I finally decided, you know what? I'm going to figure out how it's actually pronounced. It's Bubich. And he's a dog. And against the Twins today, 7 innings pitched, 2 hits, 1 earned run, 2 walks, 9 strikeouts on 91 pitches. That's just the start he has every time.
For someone who doesn't throw very hard, too.
Yeah.
Because I think I saw his fastball velo is sitting around 92, 93.
Yeah, and what I love about him is he hasn't left a game before the 5th inning at all, which is great. If you're getting that consistently out of starters, especially a guy who, I mean, going into the year was 4 or 5 in the rotation, that's amazing. And you throw that on top of, obviously, you have, Reagans and Seth Lugo that are still dogs, and
Michael Wacha,
Michael Lorenzen does his thing. But then Noah Cameron, the other night, he got pulled up just because of injuries. He came up and made a start, left-handed pitcher against the Twins. 6.2 innings pitched, 4 hits, 1 earned run. He gave up a homer, 1 walk, and 8 strikeouts. And he's only up here because of injuries.
Bro, where do they get these guys?
Exactly. Where are they finding these dudes out of just absolutely nowhere? The problem, though, for the Royals is their offense.
Yeah.
So bad. They cannot hit to save their lives right now. But the pitching is unbelievable.
It's like the Mariners last year.
Yeah, exactly.
They could pitch, but they could not hit
exactly
water if they fell out of a boat.
Yeah. We're going to keep it with young pitchers. Slade Ciccone, obviously was a big name for the Diamondbacks, was in the Josh Naylor trade. Now he's with the Guardians, made his 2nd start of the year. 6 innings pitched, 1 earned run, 6 strikeouts, 5 hits, 2 walks on 84 pitches. That's a great day for Slade Ciccone, his 2nd start of the season. Making that Josh Naylor trade not look bad at all, considering they replaced him with Carlos Santana, who has I think 0.1 B-WAR less than Josh Naylor this season. So, I mean, that is totally working out in the Guardians' favor. But, yeah, shout out Slade Ciccone. I love to see young pitchers just killing it. I also love to see guys that just always kill it, like Zach Wheeler. Especially when it's not against the Braves. Zach Wheeler against the A's, of course, the A's. 6.2 innings pitched, 3 hits, no runs, 2 walks, 8 strikeouts, 108 pitches. I mean, this guy it's as red as it gets on his percentiles on Baseball Savant. This guy, Zach Wheeler, is as consistent as they come right now. You can't find a guy, especially year over year, it just doesn't fall off. I mean, sure, 2023, a 3.61 ERA, still won 13 games, still struck out over 200 batters, still a 1.08 whip, and that was a down year. Last year, a 2.57 ERA, 200 innings pitched, 224 strikeouts. He was the runner-up in National League Cy Young. This season, he's even better. It doesn't even make sense.
You think he pitches 32 games this year?
I mean, he'd certainly be following the trend if he does. And that's the other thing, knock on wood, the guy never gets hurt.
Oh,
He's always available.
Oh,
Hey,
come on now.
shout out to East Paulding High School, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I saw that the A's snapped their losing streak.
Yeah.
And they snapped the Phillies' 9-game win streak.
Yeah. So we're going to talk about the Athletics losing streak here in just a minute. But yeah, an 11-game losing streak that they finally have snapped. But let's talk about Nathan Eovaldi real quick. He had a good one. I'm just going to run through a couple more. Yeah, Nathan Eovaldi, 6 innings pitched, 1 earned run, 5 hits, 6 strikeouts, 1 walk. ERA down to 1.6.
But I feel like this is like the first time we've talked about him all year.
Yeah, he's just been like, he hasn't been exceptional.
Consistent.
But the ERA is obviously the biggest thing. He went on a big scoreless innings streak to start the year, too. I mean, he's been great. And it's really helped out, too, that like the rest of this pitching staff is pitching really well alongside him. It's really helping him out.
He got drafted by the Dodgers?
Yeah. I mean, he's been all over the place.
Thank goodness he's not with the Dodgers anymore.
Yeah. Well,
could you imagine if they had added him?
Well, I mean, imagine if he was on the Yankees still.
Yeah.
That would be a crazy staff.
Would it be better if he was with the Dodgers?
Oh, yeah. But, I mean, the Dodgers would then have, like, a starting rotation of 10 pitchers.
I think he would be their 5.
No.
You don't think so? If everyone's fully healthy.
Everybody's fully healthy. He's ahead of Kershaw. He's ahead of Dustin May. He's ahead of Gonsolin.
He's not ahead of Glass now. He's not ahead of Snell.
Yeah, that's fair.
He's not ahead of Yoshi. Do you put him ahead of? Do you put him ahead of Roki?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Roki's too busy crying in the dugout.
Has he been bad this year?
Roki? Oh yeah, yeah. Everybody that was favored for National League Rookie of the Year has been awful.
Besides Drake.
Yeah, well, Drake wasn't or like a favorite for most of the time until you got the Sean Murphy injury. He's the favorite right now.
He's favorite.
Yeah, and then AJ's second.
Damn.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's absolutely insane. Because I mean, Dylan Cruz. I mean, he can't hit a ball if it hit him.
Is it like the Michael Harris Spencer Strider situation?
It's kind of how it feels. It is kind of how it feels. I could use some Michael Harris and Spencer Strider turning their shit around right now. But
yeah, we just need Mike to talk about Michael Harris a little bit.
Yeah,
more.
That's true. Yeah, Mike was like, yeah, we just need Michael Harris to get his things together, and then he hit that 2 RBI single the other night. It was perfect. We got a couple more pitching performances I want to hit, and then we'll move on. David Peterson for the Mets against the Dodgers, 7.2 innings pitched, 5 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, 7 strikeouts, and he struck out Shohei Ohtani 3 times. That's impressive. I don't care that he gave up 2
Grant
runs.
Holmes did it twice.
That is true, but striking out Ohtani 3 times, and that's 3 of your 7 strikeouts is pretty.
I remember when he was a bad relief guy.
Yeah.
For them.
Yeah.
He would come in and pitch against the Braves and give up like 2 or 3 runs, and we're like, who the fuck is this guy?
Who is this dude? All he did was do like long relief for them when we'd smack around whoever their dog shit starter was. One of the guys that I was super hyped up about going into the season. He was a guy that I thought people were really sleeping on for a breakout year. Ryan Pepio with the Rays had a great outing against the Blue Jays. 7 innings pitched, 3 hits, no runs, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts on 91 pitches.
I'm not going to lie. This year, I feel like the Rays don't exist.
No, they don't. And it doesn't help that they're in the Steinbrenner field.
I feel like no one ever talks about them.
No.
They don't have any big name players because, of course, their biggest name is Shane McClanahan.
Yeah.
And he's always hurt.
He's always hurt. Yep.
I just feel like they don't exist.
No, they almost don't. Except somebody has to play them. That's it. They play 2 different teams every week, and nobody's watching them. It's honestly kind of funny that they just don't exist. Nathan, I would like you to pull up the Baseball Savant page for Andres Munoz. I don't typically talk about closers here.
Oh, so he's the Seattle guy, right?
Yeah, he leads the league in saves with 17. He's also the only closer with a 0 ERA still. That's unbelievable. Truly unbelievable. Also, I think maybe more impressive than the 0 ERA, hasn't given up an extra base hit.
That's impressive.
17 saves across 23 games. Hasn't given up an extra base hit.
Yeah, but you know what's going to happen. He's going to give up that 1 extra base hit, and then all hell's just going to break loose.
I'm sure he'll have a bad outing at some point.
Yeah, but once he has that first one, he's just going to go on a stretch.
Maybe. I don't know, man. He's been killer, and he was very good last year too.
You think he walks around the dugouts like, just get me in the game, guys?
Oh I mean, just get us to the ninth inning with the lead.
Ninth with the lead, and it's a dub.
Which is a lot to ask of the Mariners sometimes, but at least Cal Raleigh's helping. But yeah, like his baseball savant is awesome. He does, he'll issue some walks here and there, but I mean, a .71 whip.
It's not an extra base hit.
Yeah, it's not a problem. The barrel percentage as well. I mean, that's the key to why he's not giving it up. He's got a 2.1 barrel percentage. Unbelievable.
Yeah, which results in ground balls, as you can see.
Yeah.
Like he's 99 percentile ground balls.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he's not like striking too many guys out. 23 appearances, 22.2 innings pitched, 28 strikeouts. Not like crazy strikeout stuff, a little bit over one an inning, but like
he
gets it done.
He's got that nasty sinker slider combo. So
yeah,
if you're a closer that can move the ball both ways, it's gonna be hard.
Yeah,
to hit.
And like the four seam and the sinker, the difference, despite his average miles per hour, it's up on the screen right now, is 98.7 and 98.3 on the four seam and the sinker.
It's not about that. It's about the movement.
It's the movement, exactly. But when you get it out of the same release point,
exactly,
and you get it moving almost at the same speed, except the sinker, the bottom just drops out of it at the end.
I was gonna say, the way his arm angle
Especially
works,
on a righty,
because he comes from like a 3/4 angle.
Yeah,
so that fastball almost looks like it's rising at you.
Yeah,
where the sinker is just.
Yeah, dude, it's unreal. Like watching how it works, especially against right-handed hitters, is unreal.
See, but this is the shit me and Grizzly could sit here and just talk about.
Yeah, exactly.
For hours.
That's why I love the good pitching segment. That's why I love the bad pitching segment more, because it hasn't been as bad. But we got one name again. This happens a lot. We get one name every week. This time it's Sandy Alcantara.
It's not an Orioles guy.
It's not an Oriole. It's not. I'm kind of done.
I saw the Orioles.
I'm done picking on
them.
them.
They released Kyle Gibson.
Good.
Threw 12 innings for them, but had like a 17 ERA.
Yeah, it was bad. But Sandy Alcantara, is it Alcantara or is it Alcantara? Alcantara? Okay.
I'm almost positive it's Alcantara.
See? I mean, pull up Baseball Reference. They have pronunciations. But yeah, against the Angels, 5.1 innings pitched, which is, he went in it. 5 hits, 6 runs, 5 of them earned, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts. The ERA moves to an 8.04. Is he done?
I think he needs a new team.
I do think he needs a new team.
He needs a team that can win for him.
But okay, just think about this. He gave up 4 earned runs in 5 innings pitched in his outing before this, and it dropped his ERA. That's a problem. Yeah. That is a huge problem.
I feel bad for any Marlins pitcher.
Yeah.
Because it's just like, what kind of mindset do you have to go out on the mound? You're like, okay, I can't give up a run or we're going to lose.
Yeah. And what really sucks is he said in a post-game interview a couple weeks ago, he doesn't even feel like he's not hurt. He feels good. He's just not getting results. Mm-hmm. And that is just
sometimes
you just can't change it. Yeah. I mean, you can ask plenty of guys. I know like Tyler Matzek's story with getting the yips and just effectively ruining his career for a long time. Mm-hmm. It happens to a lot of people, and it's a hard thing to come back from. And I don't even know if he necessarily has the yips. I think it's just you go through this surgery. Sometimes rehab just kicks your ass, and you might come back and be at an elite level, or you come back and you are just fending off one of the worst injuries to come back from in baseball. Yeah. It's just how the world
injury,
works.
That injury just sits in the back of your head. You're like, if I just release this the wrong way, I'm done.
Yeah.
But Sandy, you just got to mix some things up, and if that doesn't work, just keep mixing up. Wear 2 different socks.
Get superstitious. Why not?
Go try out a different breakfast place. Sleep on the left side of the bed if you're normally a right side kind of guy.
Maybe I don't like. I mean,
did you ever do that when you were playing sports growing up?
I wasn't that superstitious. I was. I had to have the same sunflower seeds. I always had to have the dill pickle sunflower seeds.
Oh, dude, no. I had if there was a game day, I had to hit a certain routine in the morning, and if I fucked one thing up, my day was done.
I did white Nike socks.
Yeah.
Always.
See, I couldn't do that because I wore a lot of stirrups. So
I got you.
DSG.
Nice.
DSG white.
Yeah. Last thing though on Alcantara is his last 7 starts he's gotten the loss.
Yeah. Since what? April 12th.
April 12th he got the win. That was his last win.
And it wasn't even a good outing.
No. No, he just got lucky because he was playing the Nationals.
It was a 7-6 win.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, he was on a win streak there for a minute.
Yep. And it's a real problem when you're getting a decision every time. Because, like, sometimes a guy will have a shaky outing, but he gets the no decision because, like...
because his team won't score runs.
Yeah. His team doesn't score runs, and he's giving up so many they can't even keep up.
If he goes 5 and gives up more than 2 runs, he's going to be a decision guy every time.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. So I hope he can turn things around. Just don't decide to do it against Atlanta.
If not, listen here. Braves, go sign him for a low contract, and we'll see what we can do.
Yeah, I mean... I'm more than happy to get a Cy Young pitcher on the team. It worked in the past.
Yeah, have him, Strider, and Sale.
Oh, no.
Oh, that's bad.
Nathan just pulled up his baseball savant. Oh, God. So much blue.
That's bad.
Damn.
How do you know it's blue?
Well, it's
Hold
not
on, no.
red.
Have you been lying to us this whole time?
I certainly have not been lying. I just know that
Nathan, I don't think he's
baseball
colorblind.
savant is blue to red. That's all I know. Yeah, I did not know your shirt was green.
Really?
I didn't even know. I couldn't even remember what mine was, and I bought it.
It's hard to see.
I think it's
the
olive. I think is what they called it. Was olive.
It's hard to see like the 100 Thieves logo on that shirt.
Dude, so the other one that I have, you genuinely just can't see the logo. It's like plum or something. Yeah. Okay. That's the end of the bad pitching segment. Sorry, Sandy, you were the only part of it. Let's talk about a bad team. The Athletics right now. They're awful. They are falling apart. They just finally broke that 11-game losing streak that we were just talking about. And like they've been trying to call up a bunch of different guys too and try some things out. Shout out to Nick. Hold on. Kurtz. He's been playing really well. But otherwise, things just aren't working. Lawrence Butler's been awful. I know
they sent down 2 guys who at the beginning of the season I was like, okay, they could really have a good year.
Yeah.
One being JJ Bleday and the other one being Seth Brown.
Bleday wasn't playing bad.
No, he was just going through a stinker.
Yeah.
Who everybody does it, especially when you're young in your career.
Yeah.
So they just sent him down and try to get him some confidence back.
Yeah, and they've been trying some things out. They brought up Denzel Clark, brought up Logan Davidson. Logan Davidson did have a great game today, but in his debut, they brought him in to pinch run in the 10th inning, gets thrown out at the plate as the potential winning run, comes back up in the 11th inning to hit, and strikes out to end the game.
Oh, man.
What an awful way to start your MLB career.
You are questioning life after that.
That's got to be so brutal. Like, you could have won the game, so you wouldn't even had to come up for the at-bat.
And then you strike out. And you know damn well, because someone had to have been on second or third when you're up to bat.
Yeah.
You know damn well his teammates couldn't look at him that night.
Yeah, that's a tough spot to be in. Shout out to Jacob Wilson. He's been absolutely amazing. There is literally nobody touching him in AL Rookie of the Year right now.
Yeah, him and Duhart. And Duhart's been a
killing it.
Bright light for the Athletics.
Soderstrom's kind of slowed down. He slowed his roll a little bit. Same with Rooker. But Rooker still does his thing every now and then.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to compete when, you know, the Phillies have Schwarber, who is already at 18 home runs this year.
Yeah.
Like, fuck.
Shout out. I don't even know if I mentioned this on Friday's episode, but Schwarber did break 300 career home runs.
Really?
Yeah, he hit 300 and then 301 in the same game.
200 to go.
Yeah. A lot more than that if he's going for a record.
I think if you're a hitter, a power hitter especially, you just go for 500s.
I think Schwarber is unfortunately it took him too long to be an everyday starter.
Yeah.
And like really just a power hitter. I mean, he wasn't necessarily a power hitter when he first started in Chicago. But
is Trey Turner a sleeper for NL MVP this year?
He's really good. He is really good. NL MVP is a wide open race.
Do you remember when we were making NL MVP predictions?
Yeah.
And I said this was going to be Trey Turner's year?
Hey, I mean, don't sleep. Don't sleep
it's
on
not
him.
bad.
No, it's not at all.
443 slugging for him is really good.
Yeah. We did get some, we were just talking about the call-ups for the Athletics. We got a fun call-up. Marcelo Meyer.
Oh, it's about time.
Came up for the Red Sox. The problem is just that infield is so stacked. They actually had him in his debut, started off at third, then went to short, then went back to third. Yeah. Just in his first game. He went 0 for 4 in that game, unfortunately. But
have you seen the story that's like going around about him? About like what happened? Like
I saw that he lost his keys.
That's hilarious. Yeah, for like a week too.
Yeah, so they were trying to get him to drive from Worcester to Boston for the game on Saturday. And he was like, I can't leave. I cannot find my keys. Which is so crazy.
And his car's just been sitting in the parking lot of that ballpark for like a week.
It's hilarious.
Do we know if he ever found him?
I would assume they probably just got it. Like they probably got him a car to get there with.
Also, like, where's your
don't know.
spare key at, bro?
I mean, not every. I don't have a spare.
Really?
Yeah, a lot of times you buy used, you want to have a spare because it's up to whoever had it in the first place to give it to you.
Whenever I got my car, I did get a spare. I give it to like my emergency contact.
Yeah,
I give it to someone like who lives close to me, where if they need to come get it, they can.
Smart. Yeah, Marcelo Meyer, he did end up getting an opposite field hit today for his first career hit.
Let's go.
So shout out to Marcelo. He's also such a great glove.
That team is so young.
Yeah.
That team is so young.
Now if they can just teach somebody to play first base, because apparently Alex Cora got asked about it last week because they're trying out Christian Campbell in practice, and he said he's about 25% of the way there.
It's like,
I mean, you can't just pick it up that easy.
It's like that dude from Moneyball. Oh, dude, talking
about Hatterberg?
Yeah,
Scott Hatterberg. Dude, I saw a clip of like the actual Scott Hatterberg, like on a podcast. Just all the comments are like, Chris Pratt looks different. Because I mean,
I always forget Chris Pratt plays Scott Hatterberg.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Damn.
I don't know why. I mean, I know why I keep seeing things about Moneyball. It's like my favorite sports movie.
I haven't watched that movie in a minute. I need to give it a watch.
Yeah, I do need to watch it for like the 1000th time.
Yeah.
But I saw somebody asking Wash about it because he's one of the assistant coaches. And they asked him if like that quote, what is that quote he says to Hatterberg in the living room? I can't remember what it is, but like
something about
he confirmed that was a real quote. But they just didn't. It wasn't
the one where
Christmas time.
He was like
house.
First base is. Oh, it was like extremely hard.
Yeah,
Where
he was like, you'll be able to pick it up quickly.
Yeah, he's like first base. It's nothing.
Yeah,
and he goes, first base is extremely difficult.
Yeah, it's so funny. But yeah, that is a real thing that he said to Scott Hatterberg, which is awesome. So we're talking about Marcelo Meyer and his teammate Rafael Devers. Just don't pitch to him right now. I'm going to be honest. Just don't.
He's just lighting it up.
Dude, he's been unbelievable. So the other night, 2-home-run game, included a grand slam, got 8 RBIs, gave him the MLB lead in RBIs. Crazy. And then yesterday in the 10th inning, hit a walk-off single to beat the Orioles. And since April 1st, so we all know how bad those first 5 games were in March.
He really flipped the switch.
Oh, my God, did he. Since April 1st, he's batting .331 with a .617 slugging, 1058 OPS, 12 homers, 46 RBIs. Unreal. And he's really slowed down the strikeouts, for sure, too. So, like...
You're in the MLB, strikeouts are going to come.
Yeah, but Rafael Devers absolutely killing right now. And I'm going to keep saying that. I'm not going to say killing it. I'm going to say killing.
Because if a major league pitcher cannot get strikeouts, why is he there?
It's a good point.
As a pitcher, you're there to get strikeouts.
Yeah.
Unless your name's Greg Maddux. Then you just get outs.
That is true. I mean, the name of the game is outs, not strikeouts.
Yeah.
But
in today's game,
you got to get some strikeouts.
When you have guys throwing between 98 to 102, you're going to strike
when
out.
Tarek School's hitting 103 on the 94th pitch.
How can you have any confidence that you're going to get a comeback rally going?
Exactly.
Like, coach, he's throwing...
Yeah.
Like, guys...
His arm's about to fall off. He's still throwing 100.
Be like, you guys can hit this guy. He's not even the coach. He's throwing 103 from the left side.
Exactly. Hell no.
Fucking Biggie.
If you decided to catch a Friday game at Citi Field just to see all the stars shining, Ohtani, Betts, Freddie Freeman, Francisco Lindor, Juan Soto, Pete Alonso, you wasted your money.
Is that the one where David Peterson pitched?
Could be.
When he struck out Ohtani 3 times?
Probably. It was on Friday. It went to extras, and those 6 players combined, 1 for 25 with 8 walks, 9 strikeouts, no RBIs.
Are you sure it's Friday?
Yes. Lindor, no hits. Soto, no hits.
I thought you were talking about the Dodgers.
Pete Alonso, no hits. Ohtani,
the way you were talking,
1 hit.
You made it seem like it was the Dodgers' top hitters that were struggling.
I said all of them. I said Ohtani, Betts, Freeman, Francisco Lindor, Soto, and Alonso.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah. So the 6 star players that took the field were awful on Friday. But it was an exciting game.
I'm going to be honest. Juan Soto's been shit recently.
Awful. Me and Luke talked about it pretty extensively on Friday's
Me and Nathan were talking about how he had there was like a hit to him.
Yeah.
That had like a 90% catch probability.
Didn't catch
and
it.
it landed like 8 feet in front of him.
Yeah. He sucks at defense. He always has.
He doesn't really try.
No, he doesn't at all.
Like, put him at DH. That's where you're going to get the best production out of him.
Yeah, he's got -5 outs above average. Wow. Tied with JJ Bleday. Whoops. Jason Dominguez. Not surprising. And Gavin Lux.
I don't even think Gavin Lux starts for them right now.
Yeah, he's been pretty awful.
Yeah, but flip that the other way. Who's got the best?
Yeah, who's got the best?
Yeah.
PCA.
Bro.
And Cedon Rafaela.
Yo, shout out Victor Scott.
Victor Scott.
He's underrated.
Dude, just shout out the Cardinals. They're literally winning baseball games purely off good defense.
Yeah.
It's insane. We got to talk about the fact that Shohei threw a live BP this morning. I mean, that's scary.
Shohei, take your time, man. You don't want to. You don't want to rush anything,
bro. I'm still like convinced that he's gonna come out of the bullpen.
I think he should be a closer.
Yeah, I mean, I made like my prediction before the season started. I think it was me and Luke, and I predicted that we're gonna see him 20 times out of the bullpen this season.
Yeah,
I really do think that's a possibility. I don't know how the rules work with the DH just taking the mound, but like it seems like they've been able to bend the rules for him all they want.
I don't see anything wrong with him DHing and then going out and pitching the ninth. Because like you can put position players up there anytime.
Yeah, I agree. And I mean, it's not like the Dodgers. Like I feel like they don't have like a necessarily elite closer. They kind of do like closer by committee sometimes.
It's between Evan Phillips and Blake Trinan.
Yeah,
those are like their two. Like
who's the other one? Is Tanner Scott there?
Yeah, and they also have Kirby Yates.
Yeah, I mean, they have so many options. Why not just throw Ohtani into the mix? Imagine that. Imagine your starter has like a shaky day and those 5 go. What the hell? Like your starter only gets like 4 innings, gives up a couple runs, and then you have those 5, and you just anchor it with Ohtani, who probably hit 3 homers earlier.
Yeah, don't forget, you still have Brewstar Gatterall.
Oh, dude, Brewstar Gatterall might be like the weirdest story ever. He is like the weirdest pitcher.
Yeah.
I don't understand him whatsoever.
But my prediction was that Shohei Ohtani is going to close out Game 7 of the World Series.
Dude, I would not be surprised. It's gonna be a blown save. Imagine.
Yeah, blown save to Ronald Acuna is going to hit that home run.
That would be the NLCS.
In the NLCS.
Yes. I'm down for it. I'm all for it.
No, Ronald Acuna is getting traded. That's what I meant.
What? No. The Angels just ended an 8-game win streak. And now they've lost back-to-back games in Angels fashion. But the craziest thing, it's an 8-game win streak. Longest win streak they have had since 2014.
Oh.
I mean, how?
Shout out Ron.
Yeah,
Ron's
shout out Wash,
the narrative
man.
in
Wash
LA.
and EY. Getting it done. I might
become an Angels fan.
I'm gonna be honest, yeah. I was talking to Brock, the original co-host of this show, and he was like, "Man, we need to get rid of Snicker." And I was like, "You're preaching to the choir." Can Travis d'Arnaud just like retire and be our manager, a la Stephen Vogt? Just have him show up in town next year. I think most likely it'll be Matt Tuiasosopo who replaces Brian Snicker, just because he was in Gwinnett. Like he's come like all the way up through the farm system. He was the Gwinnett manager for a couple of years. They brought him up to be the third base coach. It kind of would make sense to happen, but I do think this is Snit's last year, regardless of how things end. I don't care really how things go. I think he's pretty clearly done. And also the goatee, I kind of fuck with it. I do. I like the goatee on Snit, but it makes me feel like maybe he's like letting loose.
Yeah.
Which is not a good sign.
He's giving the fuck it, I don't care about.
Yeah, I can fucking tell with some of these decisions. Okay, I got a couple things I got to run through.
If we were Angels fans, I know the first jersey you're getting.
Zach Neto.
Yeah.
That's my boy. I've been on this podcast rooting for Zach Neto for some time now, and I'm so glad that he's playing well. Yeah. So glad. What do you have pulled up here?
Percentage.
This is how many chances Juan Soto has had that were a 91 to 95% catch rate, and how many times he got the out. So he's had 3 times, which seems like 3 too many if the percentage is over 90.
Yeah.
That he hasn't made the play.
Yeah, that's not good. That's not good at all.
Yeah, some of these other guys, it's like 1 or 2, which is like fine, but 3 and you've had 10 chances.
Yeah, that's pretty brutal.
Not great.
Yeah, Juan Soto sucks. Okay, this joke just simply writes itself. Honestly, I don't know if you could even write a joke this good. Reese McGuire, we all know Reese McGuire, is going to wear the number 20 for the Cubs. And that number was last worn by Miles Mastrobuoni in 2024. Now, if you don't know why that's funny, don't look anything up. Do not look anything up. But Reese McGuire, parking lot, spring training, you can connect the dots. Yeah, Mastrobuoni, connect the dots. But also, I guess, shout out to Reese McGuire, other than what he did in that car, because he hit 2 home runs in his first game for the Cubs.
Shout out.
Yeah, shout out to Reese McGuire. Just, keep your hands, I was going to say to yourself, off yourself, please. No, wait, no, that sounded really bad. Keep your hands off yourself, please. One full sentence. No pause there.
Remember that matchup we got? It was like Pierce Johnson to...
Yeah, Johnson to Mastrobuoni. Yeah. Shout out Brandon Gaudin, by the way. What a dog. All right. Let's talk about this Darren Ruff thing. I have the video for you to pull up here. So, former Milwaukee Brewer, I think he was a Giant as well. I feel like that's where I remember him from. Is suing the Cincinnati Reds, claiming unsafe field conditions at the Great American Ballpark, which caused a career-ending leg injury for him back in 2023. And I'll say it, this video looks pretty bad. This is something that should not happen. So he was going into foul territory, and he hit an unpadded or uncovered part of the what is the tarp for the weather. So they just have a cover on it, but there's no padding. And if you guys have ever seen them roll out the tarp, it's just a giant metal tube. Yeah, it hurts. Thick metal tube.
I've done it. It hurts.
Yeah, running into that. And I think he really messed up his knee and his shin.
He could have easily
ended his career. But yeah, that is
why is that Reds fan just
bad.
smiling on the front?
Of course.
He was laughing.
Yeah, but yeah, that's just awful.
Nathan, rewind it a little bit.
And so I do think Darren Ruff, he's got a...
Look at that dude with the glasses on. He's just...
Well, it's kind of cool when, players get up close and personal. I wouldn't understand that. Yeah, exactly.
Nah, read the room, man.
He probably heard dung.
No, he probably heard, oh, fuck.
Yeah, dude. No, yeah. Darren Ruff was definitely cussing like a sailor
she knew
right there, dude. Yeah.
She was like...
She had a kind of a grimace on her face. Yeah, he's bleeding straight down his knee. It's awful.
Yeah, hell no.
Yeah. That's so unfortunate for Darren Ruff.
Yeah, no, that's bad.
That is so bad. Very unsafe conditions.
I hope you win.
I think he should win this lawsuit. In the court of public opinion. He wins.
Oh,
man, I don't want to see it anymore. Okay. Just because I'd like to save the minor league stuff for the end. Jack Caglione. When's this guy coming up? He just had his 4th straight game with a home run. And this one was 108.6, 459 feet. And his OPS is now 1197.
Probably sooner rather than later because the Royals need hitting.
Yeah, exactly. How long can they just keep letting Vinny Pasquantino underplay at first base when you have this guy?
I still think Omaha has the best minor league team name.
The Storm Chasers is a very good name.
That's sick.
It's a very good name.
Shout out Twisters.
Yeah, I watched it a couple weeks ago. Very good.
Yeah,
very good movie.
Good Tornado Wrangler.
Yeah, but yeah, shout out to Jack Caglione, who, by the way, his name is Jeffrey.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't like how far apart his eyes are.
All right, we don't need to bully this guy.
Look at him, bro.
I just made fun of his name.
look at his right eye, or his that would be his left eye.
Yeah,
but...
I guess I see what you're saying. Shout out Jeffrey Allen.
It looks like a mask.
Oh, dude, his name is just his initials. That's sick. I didn't even realize that.
I hate that he was born in 2003.
Whoa. He's 10 days older than me. Chill.
Yeah. Makes me feel like shit.
Makes me feel like shit, dude.
Makes him feel like a grandpa.
He's 10 days older than me. I'm sitting here talking about it. What are we doing? But yeah, shout out to Jack Caglione. Get that guy in the league. All right, I'm done with the MLB. Is there anything that
I just got
we
one
need to talk
player
about?
I want to
Nathan?
shout out.
Oh,
and I just want him to just keep killing it. And that's our boy PCA.
Yeah,
he is on a
PCA
generational
awesome.
run right now,
bro. I talked about it a couple weeks ago too. But what a move by him to turn down that contract extension they offered him at the beginning of the season, because it was not going to be if he got something like what Christian Campbell just got, bro, he would be crying over it every night because he is about to get.
He's about to get the bag.
Dude, he's about to get the bag.
If I'm the Cubs, I'm making him a franchise player for me.
Yeah, I mean, like even like Jackson Merrill, he took like a pretty good deal at the start of the season, coming off of NL Rookie of the Year, or I guess runner up to Skeens, but like he got like a pretty good deal. But like, dude, with what PCA is doing right now, he's gonna get a hell of a deal.
That home run he hit off Hunter Green. How are you pulling 103 on the outside bottom corner of the strike zone?
It makes no sense. The guy is
and
insane.
He's not known to be a power hitter.
No, and he's hitting bombs. He's already passed his season total from last year.
He's like top 3 in home runs for the NL.
I'm not surprised. He's absolutely killing. Shout out PCA. Nathan, did you have anything MLB that we need to cover?
Is he a dark horse to win MVP for the NL?
I mean,
like,
he might.
He's a
like I said, the NL is wide open. Let's see the odds real quick before we move on.
I'm just
we're
curious,
spending a lot of time here on MLB, but there's nothing really else to cover.
Else.
Yeah. Let's see. That's AL.
Yeah. He's top 5.
Yeah,
I could see him passing Freddie and Corbin.
Yeah, I mean, he's actually ahead of Freddie. So Shohei's the favorite, which I think is kind of stupid.
Yeah.
Tatis makes sense. Corbin Carroll should not be that high. I'll be honest.
Honestly, I
think PCA is third in my eyes right now.
Honestly, I'd put him second. I'd have Shohei third.
Yeah, I mean Kyle Tucker's also got a claim. Yeah, Kyle Tucker.
Think about that with the Cubs.
Yeah,
having both those players.
Yeah,
that's awesome. Neither of them are.
No, Ian Happ is.
Why
great.
is CJ Abrams up there?
Yeah, I mean that's insane. Okay, we'll move on now from the MLB.
I just saw Andy Pages' name up there.
This is we've gotten into this hole before with the NFL. Let's not do this. But let's go over to the NFL. We've got 2 articles we're just going to kind of talk through real quick. NFL.com put out a most underappreciated players list for the AFC and then one for the NFC.
Okay.
So we're just going to quickly go through it. We kind of did one of these from somebody else a couple weeks ago.
Like the underrated?
Yeah. But this actually kind of confirmed a couple ones that we had said. Yeah. So this was actually when I hadn't really heard of Garrett Williams at all. But he's going to be very important. He's a nickel corner for the Cardinals. But Sean Murphy-Bunting just got put on the non-football injuries list. He's going to be out for the whole season.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Garrett Williams is certainly going to have to step up. So, shout out to Garrett Williams.
But now they also got that steal with Will Johnson in the draft.
Yeah.
Hopefully his
knee is fine. But
yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, Nathan, we can just kind of keep rolling here.
We'll quickly talk about him.
If you want. But yeah, I mean, Garrett Williams is going to be very important.
I'm excited to see this Cardinals defense this year.
Me too.
I think
they actually have a pass rush.
They can be really good. I think the Cardinals are going to be a lot more competitive in games that we've seen prior.
I would not sleep on them to be second in their division.
And I could see Kyler having a pretty decent year this year.
Yeah, me too. I think Kyler's got the tools to succeed. He just needs to keep getting weapons.
I think we're going to see just a whole different Cardinals team this year.
Yeah, I really hope that McBride can get in the end zone.
He's got to, right?
He's got to.
I'm going to take a gamble on him this year again.
You're gonna go for him in fantasy?
Unless one of y'all snipe him.
I mean, we'll see. You
sure you don't want your boy Fergie again?
No. That kind of backfired when Dak got hurt.
I think if anybody's smart, you're going after Brock Bowers.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. Now he's got a competent quarterback, too.
You're calling Geno competent?
Geno is competent.
For the first time ever.
I'm not saying he's good at all.
Giving him praise.
I'm calling him a serviceable starting quarterback. I think that's reasonable.
Yeah, are we scrolling or what?
Yeah, Nathan, can we? Thank you.
Yeah.
Falcons,
yeah.
Caden Ellis. We don't even need to talk about this. This guy was one of the biggest Pro Bowl and All-Pro snubs all of last season. Yeah. He's a fucking dog.
Look,
we all know. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, Caden Ellis is an animal. Next. I guess I could pull this list up on my computer, Nathan. But
Taylor Moton.
I'll hand up.
Never heard of him.
Next.
Whoa, he has made scroll back up real quick.
Sorry?
He's made 113 starts, including an Ironman streak of 104 in a row.
Oh, but it came to an end in October.
Yeah. Javon Dexter
I have
for the
heard
Bears.
of Javon Dexter. Very good
defensive
player.
tackle.
It's kind of a team that's hard to show out on.
I'm gonna be honest. The D line for the Bears need to step it up this year.
Yeah, and I mean they made a lot of additions. Dio Dingbo, and Grady Jarrett, of course, and they drafted Shamar Turner.
But like, you can have all. They had names on the D line last year.
Yeah,
you got to show it on the field.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. I think the coaching change is going to be a big deal. I really do. Yeah. Shout out to Javon Dexter. Next on the list,
Jalen Tolbert.
Yeah.
That's what we said, baby.
That is exactly what we said the other day. That's why I love this list.
Yeah, he's like he could end up being one of the best wide receiver 3s this year
for sure
in the NFL.
For sure, he's very good. And I mean, like, sure, Pickens and Lamb are going to get some targets, but Jalen Tolbert will get some important targets. He'll definitely be a red zone target for sure. For the Lions, Jack Campbell makes so much sense. I mean,
do you think he's underrated though? I feel like he was like highly praised last year.
I think he doesn't get like the top linebacker billing like he probably should.
I don't know. I saw a lot of high praise
for sure.
Even we were praising him last year.
But I think maybe it's that like he's getting his love, whatever, but he's not getting that like highest echelon
within
level
the organization, within the NFL.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
Yeah, I guess with that defense, I mean, you look at Brian Branch, you look at Aiden Hutchinson,
it's hard to stand out.
Yeah,
it is.
But I mean, with 131 tackles, you should stand out as a linebacker,
and he did to a lot of people.
Yeah.
For the Packers, Devontae Wyatt, another guy where you're on a team where it's almost hard to stand out, but with the defensive line, like they've had some issues. It's been a little bit of a revolving door. Devontae Wyatt's been there and been pretty consistent for a couple years.
He was like the only good one last year.
Yeah.
Like that. Yeah. That D-line was horrible.
Yeah. I know you're going to love this next one. The Los Angeles Rams. Oh, boy. Cameron Kinchins. Yes. Me and Colin have been so on Cameron Kinchins since him going into his last year at Miami. We've been talking about Kinchins so much.
Huh?
Yeah, the Underwear Olympics. That's the Combine. That's like a common nickname for the Combine.
I've never heard that.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's like a normal thing. I mean, I watch the Combine every year, so that's probably why I know that. But he was unbelievable.
Yeah.
He was absolutely unbelievable. I know, like they're talking about, the Combine did not do him any favors.
Who cares?
But who cares? Because we've seen him play on the field, and he is unbelievable.
You don't have to have an amazing 40 to be a good safety.
Yeah. Yeah, Cameron Kinchins.
You just have to be a ball hawk.
Yeah. And I mean, their whole defense of like all that defensive draft class last year.
Their whole defense was so good.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
And I think might be even better next year.
Yeah, I do think it gets better.
And they have a high draft pick next year.
Oh. Yeah. Well, we don't know how high, but they do have 2 firsts. It'd probably be reasonably high. All right, the Vikings, Josh Metellus, another one where I think he gets overshadowed because he does so much.
Yeah.
He can play everywhere he plays. They literally have him listed safety, nickelback, and linebacker.
Yeah. I think he got overlooked because like safety and like so everything beyond the defensive line was never an issue with the Vikings.
Yeah.
So
the corners were,
but everybody last year the main focus was we're gonna fix the defensive line.
Yeah.
So no one was worried about the secondary on how that worked out all season. They were focused on, all right, are they getting to the quarterback?
Yeah.
And are they getting pressure?
Yeah, and I think the other thing is, like, obviously they were putting up good sack numbers. Grenard and Dallas Turner look great. But for Metellus, it's hard to stand out when, like, Harrison Smith has held down the strong safety position on that team for so long. And Cam Bynum was a fantastic free safety on that team. You had Stephon Gilmore at corner. It is definitely easy to kind of just get lost in the fold, but Josh Metellus is definitely an impact.
He's always been great in my eyes.
On to the next, the New Orleans Saints. Foster Moreau. Sure. He puts up pretty good numbers.
Yeah.
All things considered. And also, he did beat cancer a couple years ago and like got back on the field pretty quickly. So shout out to Foster Moreau for that.
I've always rooted for this guy.
Yeah, I've always thought he was pretty good. But
I feel like he's properly rated.
I don't know about underrated. I mean,
he gets shouted out a lot.
I think he just is underutilized, maybe. And it's maybe just because he's not on a good team. And that's maybe why he is the most underrated, because there's not much to look for in New Orleans right now.
I can't even really like think of like a Saint right now.
I can't think of an underrated New Orleans Saint right now. But
maybe their long snapper.
It's Foster Moreau. I don't know.
Or it might be Blake Groupie, their kicker.
Could be. He's pretty good. All right, on to the next one. It's the New York Giants, and it's Jermaine Illuminor, who last year was his first season on the offensive line there, and he was pretty good It's just that the rest of the offensive line was so bad that you almost don't even want to talk about any of them.
He's another one where I don't think he's really underrated. I think he's properly.
Yeah, I think he just gets
rated.
dragged down by his teammates.
Well, I think his teammates are so bad that it makes him look better.
That's what I'm saying. Oh, well, yeah, I guess that's fair. But it's almost hard to be like, well, like, look how good he is on the offensive line, but then, like, Daniel Jones is getting sacked at record rates.
Well, it's because the rest of his teammates, like, when you're a defensive coach, you're going to be like, all right, we're going to attack the left side.
Yeah, exactly. He doesn't even, like,
they
really
know
get
that
the
he'll
chance.
put up some kind of a fight, but the other guys, like, what was it, Evan Neal?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Oh, man. Evan Neal is awful.
Horrible. And, like, I usually never try to talk down on my boys, but, like,
it's
you are too big to be that bad.
Yeah. All right, on to the next. The Philadelphia Eagles. I'll hand up. Don't really know much about Moro Ojomo.
That name should be Reed Blankenship.
Yeah, I think Reed is kind of underrated. But I think for this one, maybe they're saying it in like the context of like he hasn't really gotten a ton of playing time, but he's going to. Because like they talked about like Milton Williams leaving in free agency, Ojomo's going to take on a bigger role, is what they say. Now you could say, okay, maybe he is underrated. He's 23 years old. We haven't really seen much of him, so I think they're going for he's underappreciated because nobody really knows what he's going to do when he's got a bigger role.
Who would you put in it right here?
Because I like Reed Blankenship as a pick.
I can't really think of anybody else because I'm like, I think of a name and I'm like, no, he gets high praise. Like he's good. Like the only other one I can think of would be like Devontae Smith. Like I feel like he could be.
Yeah,
like
you could say
he could be
Smith's
loved a little bit
underrated.
more because I'm gonna be honest, he has some of the best route running in the NFL.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's clean. He's so clean with everything he does. I like that pick.
Because like I can't think of really anybody.
No, me neither. I mean, everybody like there's so many guys that are just highly talented. Yeah. All right, on to the next. The San Francisco 49ers, and I love this one. Malik Mustafa is going to play a huge role on this defense. He's come back from that injury last year, but
I feel like everybody was for the 49ers just coming back from injury last year.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty brutal. But also, Talanoa Hufanga is out the door now.
So sad to see him leave. But I think he's going to thrive. Where'd he go? Like
Denver?
Denver, yeah.
Yeah, he's going to be
He's going to help out PS2.
Yeah.
Riley Moss, Jade Barron.
It's going to be awesome. But Malik Mustafa, very good. I don't really have much to say about him, but I really liked him last year.
Yeah.
He was great. And he's 22 years old. So there's a lot of upside. Okay, next one is the Seattle Seahawks. I don't like this one.
Kenneth Walker.
Nah. Nah.
Where's Jake Bobo at?
Facts. Bro, I'm going to be honest. I think I'd say JSN.
Yeah.
I mean, I know like he's going to be like wide receiver 1, but like I think he's pretty underrated for how good he actually is.
I'm putting Jake Bobo.
Jake Bobo doesn't even play, bro.
Yeah, he does, bro.
Not really.
Or AJ Barner, that tight end that got a touchdown like every game.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see what happens. They did change OCs. Ryan Grubb, definitely a passing coach.
I forget who their backup running back is. Is it
Charbonnet?
Yeah, Charbonnet.
Yeah, Charbonnet.
You could put Charbonnet over Kenneth Walker.
That's a good point. I think both of them are kind of I think you're right. Charbonnet's probably more underrated than Kenneth Walker.
Yeah.
Kenneth Walker reasonably gets bad publicity.
Yeah, I think Kenneth Walker is good.
Yeah.
I think he's a little overrated.
Potentially. I think we'll have to see with the new offense because he has had 2 different offensive coordinators, year 1, year 2 switch, and now year 3.
That's why I traded his ass in fantasy last season. Thanks, Mike.
On to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It's an offensive lineman. I've heard his name. I don't know much about him. Luke Goedick? Guadick? I don't know how to say it. I'll be honest. I think, this is exactly what I was going to say. I just read on there, too. Everyone knows about Tristan Wirfs, but this guy deserves more love. Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
Yeah, I mean, when your quarterback is saying that you're one of the most underrated linemen in the league, that's
probably right.
Especially with the Bucs, because Baker's hardly ever scrambling.
Yeah, and when he does run, he's more just doing it because he needs to happen.
Yeah, because that's just the way. Like,
it's just how he plays.
The play is going that way.
Yeah.
No, I think the whole Tampa Bay O-line has just gotten so good.
Yeah. Okay, last one for the NFC, Jartavius Martin for the Washington Commanders. Once again, a guy I just simply don't know much about. I love Mikey Sanders still. I think he's a guy who's a little bit underrated, but he also, he got reasonable praise last season. He was very good. But I do think he's a little bit underrated.
Not Jeremy McNichols or whatever his name is.
I fuck with Jeremy McNichols.
Is that his first name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I fuck with Jeremy McNichols, but he's not very important necessarily. You know what? Let's just skip the AFC. This is taking too long. Maybe we'll cover the AFC next week because there's probably nothing to talk about again.
We'll do that next week. We'll cover AFC next week.
Yeah, we'll cover the AFC next week. All right, so stay tuned for that. I do want to talk a little bit about these off-season grades, though. And try and run through this one a little quicker. Okay, starting with the Cardinals. They got a B+. Love it. I think that's so perfect. Yeah. Love their draft class, especially at the top with Walter Nolan and Will Johnson. Adding Josh Sweat was awesome. Dalvin Tomlinson as well, a great signing. They also got Calais Campbell, which I really like.
Veteran presence right there.
Yeah, definitely helps them out a lot. I think the Cardinals at a B+ is a pretty spot-on grade, in my opinion. Nathan, we just kind of keep rolling on these ones.
Let's just run. We don't really have to talk in depth. We can just run through it, and then at the end we'll say if we did one that really pops out at you and one that you would change.
Okay, yeah, that works. All right, Falcons a C+.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, Kirk Cousins is still on the books, which means the offseason did not go well.
That's fair.
And you lose Justin Simmons and Drew Dahlman. I forgot about that one. He's on the Bears now, so that's a tough one. But the draft class was great. It's definitely got some flash in it.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Baltimore Ravens an A-. I like that because I love that's the first sentence. Ronnie Stanley coming back, huge. Definitely the biggest part of it. I don't know about DeAndre Hopkins. I think that's a weird one.
It's just something the Ravens like to do. They like to take long shots on the wide receivers.
Yeah,
they did it with Deontay Johnson.
True.
They did it with Odell. Why not do it with DeAndre Hopkins? Because out of all those other receivers, DeAndre's got the best chance to still put up good numbers for you.
Yeah, he probably does. I just wasn't too I'm not too sold on their draft class, so I don't know about A-, but we'll see.
Their first two picks sold me.
Well, yeah, the first two picks we got. I mean, later in the draft,
There's not really that much that they had to address.
Yeah, no, I agree. They did address kicker. Good idea. Buffalo Bills, A-. Love that. I love their draft class so much. I wish they would have got a little more than Josh Palmer for the wide receiver position. But then again, it worked last year. Why won't it work again?
You got James Cook and Josh Allen. You'll be fine.
Exactly. The Carolina Panthers, an A. Once again, spot on. Fantastic offseason for them. We all know, me and Colin have both said, we're not totally sold on Tedero McMillan.
I think he's great. I don't think he's worth the number 8 pick.
Exactly. So that one certainly mixes things up. And I wish they would have gotten like a Milton Williams to throw on the defensive line like they were linked to.
Xavier Legette got a 59.4 PFF receiving grade. Fuck. That's not good.
No. All right. We'll move on to the next, though. The Chicago Bears get an A+. Man, they are really, really high grades so far for just about everybody. Except the Falcons, of course.
I'm going to be honest, this might be the one I disagree with.
I mean, they made the right moves.
Yeah.
Joe Tooney, Jonah Jackson, Drew Dahlman, all on the offensive line.
Crazy.
Colston Loveland, Luther Burden. I think they will help. Don't get me wrong.
I can't judge the Colston Loveland because we don't know how he's going to work with the scheme.
Yeah. Yeah. I have a feeling that Colston Loveland's going to work just fine because Ben Johnson, known for using tight ends well. Sam Laporta was under Ben Johnson for that rookie year. And Ben Johnson was a tight ends coach. So, we'll see what happens. The Bengals get a C+. Once again, spot on. They needed to be somewhere in there. The biggest thing about this offseason is Jamar Chase and T. Higgins contracts for sure.
Yeah, but out of the draft, you just fucking take Shamar Stewart. I think that was like the worst one you could have took.
Potentially, yeah. And once again, every single time I'm about to say something, I read it on there. That's a lot that you're putting on these guys, especially if Trey Hendrickson leaves. I mean, if Trey Hendrickson's gone and you don't get a great haul for him, which I don't think you will, that probably drops down to a D.
Yeah. You're coming close to an F.
Yeah. All right, now on to the next. Cleveland Browns get a C. I might go lower.
Really?
I mean, yeah, paying Myles Garrett's awesome. You got to avoid that whole shit show, but
you wouldn't go higher?
The quarterback situation's killing me, man.
Yeah. And so I know they signed Shadur. Did they sign Dylan?
Yeah, I think so.
So are they going to have to cut one?
At some point, they'll cut somebody.
Whenever Deshaun Watson comes back?
Probably. Wow. So they're getting the reps over Pickett and Flacco? Wow.
So they're just going straight into.
It's pretty crazy.
Or I wonder if they're just trying to see.
Yeah, it could be that they're just letting those guys roll for now until they get into like actual like OTAs or whatever.
They're just trying to see how they work with 1 or 2 reps, and then they make their decision off that.
Yeah. The Cowboys at C+.
That could be higher. You think lower?
I'm going to be honest. I think the Brian Schottenheimer hiring is what brings me down for them.
Yeah. I got to remember we're not just doing drafts.
Yeah, it's the whole off season.
So yeah.
And like Zach Martin retiring, that's scary.
That's going to put it. But
yeah.
But you got Tyler, you got Booker.
Yeah, no, I mean they did some good stuff in the draft. I don't know if it perfectly fixes the other problems. But I think C- might be a fair grade then. The Denver Broncos got an A, and I wholeheartedly agree. Dre Greenlaw, Talanoa Hufanga, Jahdae Barron in that draft class. I mean, it's a hell of an offseason.
Yeah.
And also, because of how the corners have been getting paid, that extension you gave PS2 at the start of the year last year looks damn good. Now they just won Defensive Player of the Year.
Apparently, RJ Harvey looks good.
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing. That's for sure. Oh, yeah, and Evan Ingram. Forgot about that pickup, too.
A lot of people are saying that RJ Harvey is going to, like, at the end of this year, be the second best running back to come from this draft class.
Behind Genty?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm all for it. I think Quinshawn's gonna have a big year, but
from what I'm hearing, Genty is just about to have his way in the NFL.
It's very similar to how I think maybe even a little bit higher touting than like Bijan. I think coming into the year, everybody was like Bijan is the truth. Like people were drafting him first, second round in fantasy and stuff.
Year, bro.
Yeah, Genty is going to be a first round fantasy pick.
The way his teammates talk about him and the coaching staff, it's just like, how can you not just
he's unbelievable.
Recognize this?
But we'll talk about him with the Raiders. The Detroit Lions, a B-.
I'd probably put it lower.
You lost Ben Johnson and Aaron Glenn, so I don't know what's going to happen to your coaching staff. That's the hardest part of this offseason. What was that?
C+.
C+? Okay. You could have just said it out loud.
Sorry.
All right. I do like DJ Reed coming in. But yeah. I don't know. I don't love it. Their offseason a little weird. The Packers, C-. I totally agree with that.
Yeah.
They just they didn't do as much as I would have liked, is probably how I could sum theirs up. All right. Who we got next? The Houston Texans get a D. You lost a lot. You did. Laramie Tunsil's gone now. That certainly shakes things up. I think they had a fairly good draft class, but I don't know if they necessarily hit all the spots. I do like D for that grade.
Yeah.
It's tough.
No, they hit their outside I
what are you trying to say?
Forget that. Nah, I just next. Okay. Indianapolis Colts with a B+.
That's fine. Yeah. I mean, the quarterback situation is an issue. Cam Bynum and Travarius Ward are great pickups.
Yeah, their defense is about to be insane.
Yeah, it should be, at least. But
you lost 2 key offensive linemen and Ryan Kelly.
Yeah, that is big. And Will Fries. What a great name for a assumably giant human being. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know about B+. Just when that quarterback situation did not change much by picking up Daniel Jones and drafting Riley Leonard.
I'll be honest, a lot of these teams are sitting in the C range.
Yeah. Jacksonville Jaguars. I just hate their hirings. I think James Gladstone and Liam Cohen are annoying.
Liam Cohen especially.
Problem, bro. And like James Gladstone, I just can't take him seriously.
Yeah.
At all. Travis Hunter's, a hell of a draft pick. So that might be awesome. But you could have screwed yourselves in the future, but you're lucky we're grading this offseason.
Mm-hmm.
Kansas City, get a B. Sure.
They're just doing what Kansas City always does.
Losing Joe Thuney's not great, but,
re-signing Nick Bolton was phenomenal.
Yes. Yeah, great signing.
And then we'll
have to see about Rashee Rice. I still don't know what's going to happen there. I'll be honest.
Yep.
Yeah, that one's an interesting case.
Yep.
But
all right, next.
Yeah. Who we got next? The Raiders.
Love that.
Yeah. I love the Pete Carroll hiring. I talked about it a lot in my my head coaching hiring grades. John Spytek as the GM is an awesome pick so far.
It sucks that they lost Spillane though.
Yeah, and Morig, sorry, that went to the Panthers. But Geno is something. It's better than O'Connell, man. Or
Ritter.
Yeah.
And now they're going to have a competent running back. Like an everyday RB1.
Yeah, exactly.
Not
a
Amir
real
Abdullah
RB1.
one day, Zamir White another day, and then no name fucker day 3.
Oh, didn't they have what's his face? The guy that was the backup in Minnesota. What's his name? He's awful. Alexander Madison.
Yeah, they had him too.
Him. I mean, it's a big change going to Ginty. So I like A- there because I love especially the head coach and GM hirings. The Chargers get a C+.
They didn't really attack.
Yeah, they didn't hit
where they needed, and they still have so much money that they're just stuck with.
Yeah, that is true. I love Omarion Hampton and Najee Harris coming in. I think it's a fantastic replacement for what J.K. Dobbins and Gus
Omarion Hampton's going to take over RB1.
Agreed. But Najee's a good compliment.
Najee's going to be a good third down back for you.
Yeah. And Mekhi Becton is a fantastic signing. But yeah, things are a little weird. And you cut Bosa. There's a couple weird moves that they made, but overall I think C- or C+ is probably fair.
He went to the Bills, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
it's a hell of a pickup. All right, who we got next?
My guess would be the Rams.
Yeah, that's a great point. I wasn't really thinking about that. They got a B+, and I totally agree. And you restructured Matt Stafford's deal, which helped you out so much. You get Devontae Adams, and Cooper Kupp leaves, which probably a necessary move at this point. You had another pretty solid draft class, in my opinion. Even though you only made 3 picks. Really?
Yeah, but they got CP3, man.
Yeah, and they got next year's first from the Falcons.
Yeah, they got Chris Paul.
They did get Chris Paul. That is true. But yeah, I like B. I'd probably go B. Maybe not B+, just because the draft they didn't really do much, but I guess they got that pick.
How many teams are in there?
There's 32. 32 of them. The Miami Dolphins get a C+. Sure,
we'll go with that.
Yeah, next.
Vikings B+.
I have no opinion on the Dolphins.
I think that's too high.
I mean, yeah, you lost Darnold, which is certainly a problem. You lost Cam Bynum. They lost a lot.
Yeah, and your first round pick was Donovan Jackson.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're getting a C- from me, buddy.
I think I'll give him a C.
Patriots A+. Love that.
Yep. Dude, if there was something higher, they'd.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm kind of hopping on the Will Campbell train right now.
I'm not on the Will Campbell train, but that's just I took that stance too long ago to turn back now.
I will live and I will die for my quarterback.
Which, look, I respect that, but he's annoying. I'll be honest. He's kind of corny.
But he's also a new uncle for that kid
in Prescorn's son.
Yeah.
I don't care.
There's a video came out. It's like, Uncle Will.
Hell no.
Nah, Uncle Wawa stays undefeated.
The Saints D-. Give him an F.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Look at the quarterback room and tell me that's a D-, dude. Hell no.
And look at the coach hire.
Yeah. The Giants, I like B-. I'd probably go to B for them.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna hate it.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot that we have to see before we can. Everything looks good on paper.
Sure.
It might be a B- on paper, but on the field it could either be an F or it could be A+.
Yeah. I think Jets B is too high.
Yeah.
Aaron Glenn, I'm not totally sold on the hiring.
I like the Justin Fields pickup.
Maybe. Maybe. I do like Armand Membu and Azariah Thomas. But I don't know about Fields.
I like Membu. I'm not really a fan of the other guy you said.
All right, shut up.
He's cornerback 50 in the draft.
Shut up. Philadelphia Eagles are a B, and I pretty well agree with that one. You did lose your OC, which is tough.
It's just going to be a B because they're going to win the Super Bowl again this year.
Yeah, I mean, you could maybe go lower, losing Josh Sweat, Milton Williams, Darius Slay, Isaiah Rodgers.
Slay you can't worry about too much.
I mean, I'm not worried about it, but
it looked like he had a cane on the field the way he was moving.
That's fair. I think their offseason is almost more just about guys that they already had taking a next step.
Yeah.
It is more important than what they really brought in.
If we about to see some more Quinyon, some more Coop.
Yeah. It's going to be a big step for a lot of
I want to see how Zach Bond
I would
does
love to see
after that huge season he had last year.
And that huge deal he got.
See how he comes back this year.
Yeah.
Because we'll see.
Yeah. Pittsburgh Steelers get a C-. Maybe go lower.
Luke, how you feel about that?
Still don't know what's going on with the quarterback. But DK Metcalf, I like bringing him in. I like getting rid of George Pickens, so I guess I'll go with it. I'm down with C-. San Francisco 49ers get a D. Yep. D for Debo and Dre are gone. Seattle Seahawks get a B. Clint Kubiak seems like a good offensive coordinator, and Sam Darnold does seem like a pretty good replacement for Geno, but losing DK Metcalf is gonna hurt.
And Tyler Lockett.
Yeah, that's true. But you brought in Cooper Kupp, so whatever. And JSN's gonna take a bigger role, which I like.
MVS as a wide receiver 3 could be kind of dirty.
Yeah, every now and then.
He's gonna be their deep ball guy.
That's true. And
Sam Darnold throws a good deep ball.
And guys love winning MVP or Super Bowl MVP if he's on their team.
Yeah.
So look out, Sam Darnold.
And you have a Super Bowl MVP in Cooper Kupp on the team.
It's true. It's a good point.
Seattle is going to the Super Bowl.
No, they're not. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, A-. Yeah.
I'm be honest. You could.
Maybe
the only thing that's keeping that is I just would have liked them build up the defense a little bit more.
Yeah, me too.
But I think they were still pretty offensive heavy in the draft.
Yeah.
But now that I've heard that they're using Emike for special teams, I'm kind of intrigued.
I am definitely intrigued on how that will go. All right, next team. Should be almost done. Tennessee Titans, C+. Yeah, I mean, you got Cam Ward. You got, hopefully, your franchise quarterback.
Other than Cam Ward, they really didn't do anything.
Yeah, Cody Barton is a great pickup.
Yeah. I do like that they went out and signed Restrepo to a free agency deal. Just to give Cam Ward a familiar face.
Yeah.
I love when teams do that. Like, they get a quarterback and then one of their...
Just go get their guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially their...
Yeah. Yeah,
their wide receiver 1 at Miami.
Yeah.
Made it through the whole draft undrafted. I think that's an amazing pick.
I like it too. I would probably still stick with C+, because this team was awful. Yeah. And a couple of players isn't going to change that.
Yeah.
And the Commanders, to round it out, A-.
Yeah.
You got Laramie Tunsil. That's a huge pickup in my eyes, and Jonathan Jones.
I mean, the quarterback's a little overrated in my eyes.
Shut
but
the fuck up, man. Get out of here with that shit.
I'm rage baiting Grayson.
Yeah. Well, you brought back Ertz and Wagner, which is awesome. I love Josh Connerly.
I think he was one of the most underrated offensive linemen in this draft.
And Javon Kinlaw. I forgot about that pickup.
Didn't they get Debo too?
Yeah, I said that. Yeah, Laramie Tunsil and Debo.
My bad.
Yeah, but
Debo's name wasn't.
Yeah, it wasn't a link. I think it's because they used it for the 49ers. Doesn't matter.
That's fine.
All right, that's a speed run of everybody's off season. Any of them you would change? I'm gonna say
Bengals.
Okay, I'm gonna go lower on the Falcons. Honestly,
I'd go lower on the Bengals.
Okay,
I'd put Bengals close to an F.
I'm putting the Falcons to wait. What did they have for the Falcons?
C+.
Okay, C- for me for the Falcons. Okay, let's talk about the college football playoff seeding real quick. Oh, what do you got?
Yeah, who would you change, Tim?
Nobody. But
thanks.
We're breaking sad news.
Oh,
on Twitter timeline.
What?
Oh, what?
A college football legend, the guy who started over Terry Bradshaw at Louisiana Tech in 1966 and 1967, has passed away an hour ago.
Yeah, it's
Phil Robertson.
Yeah, Phil Robertson from Duck Dynasty.
Passed away an hour
ago.
Oh,
man.
Rest in peace.
Started over Terry Bradshaw, though. Could have been an NFL quarterback. Decided to go focus on hunting and fishing.
Yeah.
And being with his family.
Hey, the man knew his priorities.
Yep.
Shout out to Duck Dynasty, by the way. What a show.
Great show.
What a show.
It was.
Very sad.
Apparently they're bringing it back.
Sad. I think it's been.
But they're doing
it's probably done now.
No, they're doing like a now I don't know. I saw some.
Where are they now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I have a video for you guys to watch.
Okay.
The people won't see this, but they can find it on MLB's Twitter.
Oh, goodness gracious.
It's just Shohei's
Ohtani's live
bullpen.
BP.
No,
All right.
thank you.
Yep. Put him in the closer spot.
No, thank you.
You're gonna see. Oh, man.
He's dancing on him.
There's a problem. If Shohei's getting animated, we've got a problem.
That wasn't even like 100% either.
No, he wasn't trying.
That was like 50%. Like, look at
Who the fuck was that in the box? Who was that?
Don't matter.
Was that the bat boy?
No, it looked like another Japanese player based on the way he swung.
Could be.
He swung very slappy.
Was it Roki just with a bat?
That'd be funny.
That would be funny.
That would be hilarious.
All right, now we can talk about college
football. Yeah, on to the college football stuff. There's one thing. The seating format has changed.
Nice.
Thank God. I'm so
Are they
glad.
now just putting like
It's a straight seating format.
no conference winners get
Well, so the conference winners get in. They don't automatically get the buys, but the top 5 ranked conference winners will make it in.
but they might not have a first round
They
bye.
might not have a
if
first
they're
round
not
bye.
like so the top 4 teams in the
Top
country
4
get
teams.
a bye.
Yes, which okay, so there's a couple things that kind of come out of that. So
little stipulations
now,
always.
Now Notre Dame can get a top 4 spot.
Notre Dame can kiss my ass.
I'm just putting it out there.
Fighting Irish, fuck you.
Okay. But
Rudy wanna
it
be,
also
fuck you.
really makes that 5th seed less valuable.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, getting that 5th seed was huge. Absolutely huge. So it's not nearly as valuable for that team to get the 5th seed because now that's just the 5th best team. But also, last year, and I think it's kind of skewed because of the conference champions getting the buys, none of the teams that got the bye won. So for that format, it almost seemed like you didn't want the bye.
Yeah.
But it's kind of weird because it's similar even to the MLB's argument where it's like, do you want the bye from the wildcard round so that you get the rest, or do you want to be hot? Like that's
in any kind of playoff format, even in esports.
Yeah, I mean,
we've seen it. Like any kind of like playoff format, you want the hot hand. You don't want to get cold.
Exactly. It's what do they say, rest or rust? That's like the thing that goes along. Like, are you getting rest or are you getting rusty, waiting around to play while the other teams are staying hot? It's a tough thing. But in college football and just in football in general, it's a really hard thing to not play for a week. That's not a normal occurrence.
You go through a whole season where your body is just so used to, all right, we got a game this week.
Yeah, exactly. And when you think about it from the aspect of like what Georgia did.
You got 4 days of practice you got to get through.
Yeah. But like Georgia played this super hard-fought win over Tech. Then they play this super hard-fought win over Texas in the championship game. They get a bye, and then Notre Dame rolls in, and it's like, oh, shit. Like, what are we going to do? So I think it's tough to get the bye, but at the same time, now, it's the 4 most deserving teams. Because, I mean, let's be honest, Arizona State didn't have a chance.
No, but
Boise State didn't have a chance.
Arizona State put up a great
They put
fight.
up a hell of a fight. Love Arizona State.
Cam Scatterboo went nuts.
Yes, love those guys. But they didn't have a chance to start. They gave themselves a chance by the end.
No one had a chance against Will Howard, let's be honest.
Yeah, I mean, Will Howard was awesome.
Jeremiah Smith, bro.
Yeah, but the other kind of conversation that comes out of this is that this really devalues conference championship games.
Yep.
Because if you look at last year, the top 4 teams that would have got the buys, the winner and the loser of both the Big Ten and the SEC championship, those would have been the 4 teams to get the bye because those were the 4 highest ranked teams. So now you start to ask the question, well, what if one conference is just like, fuck that conference championship game? Because think about SMU. SMU lost their conference championship game, but the College Football Playoff Committee took it easy on them because it's like, oh, well, they played a 13th game. But they lost to Clemson. Like, it was super weird. And so it seemed like even the College Football Playoff Committee couldn't weigh what the conference championship really means against teams that aren't playing in it. And so you eliminate that almost makes you want to be like, well, why are they playing the conference championship game at all? Because nobody wants no 10-2 team wants a 3rd loss on their resume. I mean, you start thinking about it. And of course, I mean, the SEC and the Big Ten, they could just be like, all right, fuck the championship game. Let's just add another round. Let's just add another round to the playoff. Why not? Like, they're more than happy to do whatever it does to make money. Greg Sankey is going to do whatever is in the best interest of the SEC and of the sport of college football for revenue. And they've done a damn good job making revenue. I can assure you of that. So they're not going to stop doing this. So yeah, I do think it's an interesting thing to look at because I think we're moving quick. We got the 12-team playoff. We kind of had to wait for it to get there.
Now we're already making adjustments.
We're already making changes, and now it just feels like...
I feel like the next couple of years we're going to be making some adjustments until we get it perfect.
I don't know if it can be perfect because college football fans, and we are included in this, always have something to complain about.
25-team playoff.
25? We're going to have an odd number?
Yeah.
Can't do that.
Yeah, you can.
No.
Yep. Fine. 24. Oh, man. But could you imagine whoever got that 25th spot?
Oh, yeah. That'd be brutal. 24? I mean, you'd have to do like weird buys, I think. But it doesn't matter. But you're right. The team that's like number 25 in the college football playoff
is just going to complain, oh, but we beat this team. We should make it in over this team.
But, dude, we won the MAC. Yeah, 132-team tournament. Shut up.
They should just have every team?
Yeah. No, that's not happening.
Give Kennesaw State a chance.
Please, bro.
We'll make a run.
Hootie hoo. Give us a first round home game.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, the whole season is just a bracket.
Yeah, we got to go up against Ohio State.
Yeah.
Stillwell.
Oh God. Wait, that's the baseball field.
You're right.
Fifth Third.
I went to maybe 2 football
Actually, Stillwell, I
games.
think it's the softball field. Is it? Okay.
I went to maybe 2 football games the whole 4 years I was there. 5 years.
0. I know that. Okay. I think we're done. that was a fun episode. It kind of went a little longer than I expected, but I think we had some fun here. A lot of good conversation.
We also started later, so it just feels like it was later.
Definitely. Okay, well, make sure you guys subscribe here on YouTube and you turn on post notifications. We got that fun summer content that's going to start rolling out every week. I guess technically next week is the first one's going to come out. Yeah, next Wednesday, the 4th, June 4th. Keep your eyes open. Keep them peeled for those videos that are going to be coming out every week, really for the rest of the year. And of course, follow us on Instagram and TikTok. Stay up to date over there. If you're on the podcast platforms, rate 5 stars, give us a follow. And Colin, are we doing Would You Rather?
Of course we are. It's not a one-hit wonder.
All right. What do we got?
All right, so first one. Would you rather strike out with the bases loaded in Game 7 of a World Series or miss the game-winning extra point in a Super Bowl?
Ooh. Whoa. Hold on. If I miss the game-winning extra point in the Super Bowl,
that means
we're
the time
tied.
goes to overtime.
Yeah, we're going to overtime.
Yeah.
I'm taking
Okay,
that.
I think it should be game-winning field goal.
Yeah, sorry, game-winning field goal. Sorry.
Yeah, so it would be like you're down by like 1 or 2,
Yeah.
and you'd hit the field goal to win.
Yeah.
That one, okay, I think that lines up a little bit better. That is so tough.
I'm missing the field goal, getting dropped, and letting my career spiral down the toilet. That way nobody remembers me.
Yeah.
Baseball,
would
you
be-
got to go back next season to the home crowd, and they know exactly what you
No,
did.
but a lot of times the home
They know
crowd's
what you
not
did.
going to exactly just terrorize one person for striking out with the bases loaded.
Yeah, I mean, something
Oh,
else
yeah,
had to
they
happen. Like,
are.
everybody else wasn't doing their job either.
There was 2 other outs in that inning.
Yeah,
They could have done something.
that's true. I think I'd
We've
go.
learned-
I'm taking the strikeout.
We've learned kicking a field goal, not easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we've also learned that missing a game-winning field goal, you're done.
But also, like, if you're good enough to be the kicker, even on the roster, you're good enough to make a field goal.
Yeah.
That's, we're not saying it's us. We're saying if I was good enough to be an NFL kicker.
And we went out there, no pressure. Your heart's still
yeah, for
racing.
sure.
We'll call it a
For sure.
we'll call it a 25-yarder.
Oh,
Oh,
Field
that's
goal.
way worse.
Oh, yeah.
That's way worse. I'm definitely striking
Straight
out.
up the middle.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'll strike out.
I'm talking like
I'll
it's got
strike
to be
out
a
on 3
40.
straight pitches without swinging.
It's got to be 40 plus.
Yeah,
If
if it's
I'm-
like
yeah.
it's like 45.
Yeah,
then,
like if I'm missing the
people forgive
62
you.
yarder for the win,
Yeah,
whatever.
people forgive you.
yeah,
Because then the offense should have got you closer.
yeah. Maybe it's super windy, but no. I think I'll take the strikeout
Yeah,
mainly
that's the
because if I'm
situation.
striking out in the World Series in an important game, I'm probably making a lot more money than an NFL kicker.
Even if my career does spiral out down the toilet.
Yeah,
after
like
that one,
I'll end
I'm
up
rich.
somewhere.
Yeah,
but
I'm
like,
fine.
dude, if you're an NFL kicker and you like fuck up a couple times, your career is over.
Yeah. You're
Ask
sitting on the
Justin
couch.
Tucker.
He did a little. Well, to be fair, he made it a long time. He's got money.
Yeah, he's fine. Well, no, not as a human,
Yeah,
but
no.
financially, maybe. We'll see.
A lot of lawsuits.
Yeah. Okay. What? Any other? Would you rather?
We got one more.
Okay.
Yeah, where to go? Okay. Would you rather have a 1-minute conversation with your past self or your future self?
Future self, give me the betting lines.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Just tell me all the champions, and I'm betting parlay on every
Yep.
single sport.
That is really good. How far in the future and how far in the past?
10 years.
10 years?
Each way?
Future.
Oh, yeah, future.
Future
15-year-old me
for
was
sure.
doing nothing.
Yeah, I got nothing for.
I don't
Wait,
care what I was doing
wait,
as
for
a
12-year-old
sophomore. I don't
Grayson?
care what I was doing.
We can call it
in my
15.
Freshman year in high school.
We can call it 15
I
years.
don't care what I was doing
I'm still going
in
future.
4th grade either.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it
I
would
was actually
almost be
smart
more
then.
beneficial to be shorter.
Yeah.
Because like if it was like conversation like 5 years ago, then like that's me literally like
We can do 5
going
years
into my
then.
senior year of high school.
Yeah, give me the betting lines. Give me all the champions for the next 5 years. I'm betting a parlay every year on a
Yeah.
different account, so they can't say that I'm cheating. And I'm cashing out.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely.
No problem.
Yeah, it's just Back to the Future.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Why
Yeah.
wouldn't you?
No, I agree with that.
If we did 5
And
years,
stock-
5 years,
But
from
even
stock
even
market
even
and
like not
everything.
for that reason.
Yeah.
If I was like 10 years in the future, I would love to know what I'll be up to.
I'm going with my past self. I'm gonna tell him, don't work there.
Okay.
Get a different job.
Interesting. Interesting.
We both know what he's talking about.
Yeah, I know. But like
Nah, give me
Change
betting
your-
lines,
change
give me
your
the stock
major.
market, give me.
use a fake name.
I'm taking everything that could set me up financially, and I'm.
I just
changing
want to
my
know like
future.
what's up. 10 years from now, dude.
Plus,
Yeah.
yeah, if you went down the shitter or something.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
you
I need to
could-
know.
You could figure it out.
Be like, yo, what happened?
Yeah.
And then
I'd
yeah,
go
I would just
like
I don't know.
Goob.
I'd go
Yeah,
like
exactly.
10 years from now, just be like, so like, are you married? Like,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Have like a normal
You
conversation.
happy?
Like, what's your life look
Do
like?
they know that I'm going to be there, or is it going to be me
Speaking of,
surprising
did
them?
y'all see the TikTok of that private boys school where they left a
Yes.
message to like
That
their
shit was so
from
good.
like 6th grade to
Yeah.
high school?
Yeah,
You
they're
haven't
like,
seen it? It's
do you still love?
Macaulay or
Yeah,
something.
do you still
Oh,
love
Macaulay?
soccer? Like all
Yeah.
that.
in Tennessee?
Yeah.
Yes.
I had a friend that went there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they did a video where it's
was
like
really
their
cool.
6th grade self
Really
asking them
cool.
questions, and they just
It's
graduated.
like what
now.
Mr. Beast has been doing.
I'd probably cry.
And so it's
Oh,
like
yeah.
it's super like sad. Like a lot of them, you can see them like tearing up and everything.
Yeah.
But it's awesome. I wish more places would do.
Yeah,
something
it's
like
really
that.
cool. It is very cool. Maybe we'll do that with Second and Short.
We're a little late.
Yeah, I know.
I guess technically with like some of the question times that we've
Yeah,
done, there's
sure.
probably questions that
It
were about
probably
the
is.
future.
Probably is.
Maybe I'll make that the next one.
All right. All right. Well, I think that's going to do it for us, guys. We got some fun content to look forward to. That is for sure.
So excited for Wavelength.
Wavelength is going to be so much fun for you guys to watch.
That might be my new favorite game.
It was so much fun. That might just be something we just do while we're just chilling, not even videoing it. We might just hang out and do that.
Next time we're on like a long car ride, just
Yeah. Oh, dude, that'd be so good for a car ride.
yeah. And you guess right when you get to the place. All right, so I just had like 200 questions.
It gets to the point I'm like,
What were the
Name-
questions again?
name a Braves bullpen pitcher from the 40s. Yeah, 1 to 100 is crazy.
Imagine if you got it though.
67.
Nah, it's.
Yeah.
I was thinking more like 43.
Yeah, be like 65.
Nah, because if there
Nah,
were certain some
66.
people in the car, they'd be like, "What the fuck are you guys doing?"
Yeah. All right. We're going to wrap things up here. Let you guys go. Enjoy the week. There's plenty of baseball to watch this week.
That's about it though.
Yeah, that's literally it.
College baseball. Tune in to some
College baseball. Yeah, college baseball. Shout out to Ole Miss and fuck North Carolina.
Yeah. If you watch college baseball, comment below on the video. Who do you think's going to take it all? Who's going to win?
Let's go Northeastern.
Brother, they're in your regional.
I know. I was kidding. Let's go Murray State.
Aren't they also in your regional?
No, they're in Ole Miss, right? Weren't we talking about that? Or no, Georgia Tech.
Yeah, Georgia Tech.
Yeah, Murray State.
I want Georgia Tech to win it all.
Okay. Weird.
Why?
Is Alabama not going to make it? You're not going to be rooting for Justin LeBron? What
No.
the fuck, dude?
Our pitching sucks.
Justin LeBron's the GOAT.
Braylon Meyer has like one of the worst sliders I've ever seen.
Okay. All right. Enough college baseball talk. That's our college baseball talk for the year, actually. So we're going to get out of here, guys. Please enjoy the week. Enjoy the baseball. And I'll see you guys on Friday. Calling to be back next week. And we got content on Wednesday next week. Tune in. All right. We'll see you guys later. Peace.
Bye-bye.